All right, talking to Kevin Lee, not too long after a disappointing outcome at UFC 194. Kev, I know you had lots of high hopes going into it. Unfortunately, things didn't go your way, and we don't have to relive the whole fight or anything, but just walk us through what happened, mistakes that were made.
I remember everything about the fight. I haven't even seen the fight, but I remember it. And it was a stupid mistake, you know. The frustrating thing with that is you can do something right for 8 weeks. One split-second mistake can cost you the entire fight and ruin 8 weeks' worth of work. So, the only thing I took away from it was just, I had the wrong attitude. And while I was in there, once he was on top of me and I got him off pretty easily, I was just waiting for him to fall. I thought I had him hurt with a high kick. And then, I threw an overhand, thought I had him hurt. And I went for the kill and not paying attention to my defense, and I didn't think he could hurt me. So, you live, you learn, The worst thing about it was that I damn near broke my ankle falling. So, that's what made it tough to stand back up. But, it shouldn't have been. There was no reason for it to be stopped. It was a bad stoppage. But, I accept responsibility for putting myself in the situation.
You said you hadn't watched it. Do you plan on watching it? Do you think you can learn from that, or is that something you don't want to see because you know in your mind what you did wrong and there's no reason to relive the memory of that?
I remember everything about the fight. I remember falling, and I was telling Big John while I was on the back. I don't know if it's on film, but if you watch the fight, I'm telling Big John I'm good, and he didn't stop until I started to stand up, and. It's no reason for me to I remember everything about it. I'll watch it eventually, but not until my next training camp when I'm ready to look at the mistakes.
It seems like most of what I read kind of 50-50 on whether or not the stoppage was appropriate or not. Your thoughts on it? I mean, I know you said you thought it was early, but especially considering the wide.
I talked to Big John after the fight too. I kind of wanted to get his I was just questioning him, and he said I just took my eyes off of him when I tried to stand back up, and that's what I think that's where the mistake went. That's where the inexperience came in. You saw it last week when Carlos got dropped by Robbie Lawler. He stayed on his back. He played guard for a little bit. George St. Pierre made a similar mistake when he fought Matt Serra. He stood up too quick. And you seen when he got dropped by Carlos Condit in his next fight, he stayed on his back and kind of regained and made sure the ref knew that he was okay. So that just comes with experience. I wasn't hurt, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to stand up through the barrage of punches. When you're going to stand up, you're going to take a few punches. That's just the nature of the game. So, I was willing to eat the punches to stand back up and keep going, but the ref didn't see it that way. So, it's just inexperience, that's all.
One more on the fight, then we'll move to the future. You had said before that you didn't think he could hurt you anywhere. You had advantage before, and then during the fight, a lot of people said maybe you acted, I think you said yourself, that you acted a little overconfident. Lesson learned there, and going forward, we still see that Kevin, or are you going to change a little bit?
I respect everybody. I'll respect the power. I'll respect the game. It's part of the game, I think. Anybody, especially in the first round, anybody can throw hard and anybody can hit, Never in a million years would I have thought that he would be able to hurt me. So, I'll keep sharp and more composed in there too, because I was ready for him to fall. That's all I was waiting on. And, everybody in that arena knew that he was supposed to fall except him. So, he didn't get the memo.
All right, well, going forward, you're still young in this game. We talked yesterday with GSP earlier in his career to Matt Hughes, and so many other greats have lost early. And so, but for every time, you've lost before, this isn't your first loss, but how do you take that? Does this make you better, or is this something that, can stick with you? I mean, how are you approaching this going forward?
I think this was a more of a learning experience than even my first one, just because I feel like I beat myself in this fight. It wasn't, nothing to do with the guy. I think it was my mental approach while I was in there. So, this I'll take and I'll use it as a learning experience. I'm already back in the gym. I'm already training. My ankle is that's what's kind of hampering me right now. I wanted to get back in there at UFC Boston next week. So, I'm looking, as soon as this ankle heals up, I'm going to be right back into a 6-week training camp. We're getting right back in it.
You want to get
I'm right back in it. By the end of February, I want to get that notch out because, people only judge you from your last fight. is, you know, especially stupid people, they only see, you know, your last fight. So I want to erase that, and I'm gonna make a statement for sure.
Last question. Every fighter is different. Some completely ignore message boards and all that kind of thing. Of course, you know, you with your comments before Sage, and in this fight, just your general attitude. A lot of people don't like. A lot of people like it, some don't. But those that don't, of course, they were quick to jump on you.
Yeah, they always gonna be. They always gonna be. I don't give a fuck. Like I get on them sometimes, and you know, I go back and forth with people all the time. Like on, especially like on Facebook and shit. I go back and forth with people. I use it. You know, I think Dana actually said it the other day when he was on Twitter, like, you know, roasting people and shit, where he says the high road is no fun. So, fuck it, I take the low road every now and again. So, you know, I enjoy it. Yeah, same old, ain't shit changed, you know. Still winning either way.
All right, Kev, appreciate it. Best of luck and look forward to seeing you back in.
Appreciate it.